Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday and today I've got a wedding. I'm second shooting a wedding and it's way down in Columbia, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. Kind of excited for it. It should be an exciting day. Good looking couple. I'm working with Jenna, who's another great photographer. I'll leave a link for her. Her and I met at the camera store, I don't know, maybe almost a year ago. It's been a while, but we've done a couple of jobs together. We've done a couple weddings. This will be wedding number 2 actually, and we got at least one more scheduled this year, so excited about all that. But I'm getting ready. I want to show you a little bit about what I'm putting together and how I'm going to do it, and I am hoping to videotape a lot of this, not a lot, but some of what I do at a wedding. And let me show you kind of what I've got going so far, because prior to the wedding, the big thing is prep and making sure you get everything put together and packed up, because I'm far enough away that I'm not going to be able to run home or have my wife, I forgot a light stand, and have her come and bring it. That's not going to be an option today. Okay, so real quickly, I've got a light stand which I may very possibly use today in kind of a different fashion than I've done before. I don't always bring a light stand, but I'm going to bring a light stand. Got the tripod. Not sure I'll use that or not. Sometimes a tripod's a little clumsy and slow for a wedding, but we'll see. This case is my X100V, which I will definitely use. I've got a reflector. I've got a softbox, little softbox. Got the Godox Lux Senior. We'll definitely use that today. It's fantastic light for the reception on my X100. I've got the X-T4 16 to 80 millimeter lens, which is kind of the go-to. But for the first time at a wedding, I've got my 10 to 24. That will be a fun lens to use. 2 V1 speed lights, 80-100, favorite light of all time maybe. That'll be with me. I have got all my chargers. There's the Godox ones, X-T4, X100. I'm never quite sure on these mirrorless cameras how well the batteries will hold up on a full day shoot like this, so I've totally come prepared as far as chargers are concerned. And then this case right here is just kind of my go-to. I've got clamps, I've got the softbox speed ring. That's all the miscellaneous stuff that you just might need. So I'm going to load this all up in the car and head down to Columbia. It's about an hour and a half drive for me. I'm going to leave about 2 hours early because I got to stop and get gas. And I just, if there's any traffic issues, I don't want to get stuck. So, very exciting today. Okay, so the ceremony is over. We're at the reception now. We've done all the formals. And I should know better than to know I'm not going to be able to videotape it very well because I'm busy shooting. But I've snuck away from the reception here for a second to show you this amazing venue that I'm at. Let's see. That's where the wedding was. Right there, all the chairs, and I'll walk around here a little bit. That's where the reception is, right in there. Just a neat little place, but I wanted to show you real quick my photography setup. So I've got the X-T4 lens, the Godox V1, and I've got the little kit thing with the reflector, whatever you call that. And I kind of shoot the entire day like this. Now with the X100, which I will be doing a little bit at the reception, I may just throw the Lux Senior on there, do a bunch of stuff. This setup works really well. I can just turn the light off if I don't need the flash, back on if I need it, and that setup works really, really well. I'm usually at about 400 ISO, f4, and then I just move the shutter speed up and down as I see fit. Now, if I'm outside and it's bright enough, the sun did come out a little bit today, that may be where I turn the flash off, or I've got to bump up to 5.6 or even f8, but just wanted to sneak away a little bit, give you that little bit of nugget, and next I'll show you my X100 setup with the Godox Lux Senior, and we'll definitely talk when I get back in the studio, and I'll show you a bunch of shots. This was a good wedding, so weddings are so hard physically, they just are tiring, so I'm trying not to stop, because if I stop I'll get too tired. So back to the reception. Alright, so I slipped away one more time. I want to show you my reception setup. X100V, Godox Lux Senior. Sorry for the noise. But this is a neat little thing, and it's kind of, you know, it's a crowd, draws a crowd, and people, you know, it's kind of unique. What I like about it as a wedding setup is it's lightweight, it's simple, and it's just cool. It's neat. You would think on-camera flash would be kind of ugly. It actually does pretty well. So I'll set this thing probably at ISO 640, 800, somewhere in that range. I'll probably be at about f4. Dial in the flash to give me f4 every time, and it should work pretty darn well. Only has one lens, so you're kind of limited with that, but I've got Jenna shooting with me as well. You know, I'm actually her second shooter, so she's got me shooting with her. But between the two of us, we'll get all the angles covered and get the night covered really well. So that's the setup. Alright guys, welcome back to the studio. It is now Tuesday. The wedding was on Friday, so I've had a couple of days to look through the images, and I know I didn't film a lot of stuff at the wedding, and I apologize for that. I keep running it through my mind that I could have done a few video clips here and there, and I just didn't get it done. I get so involved with taking photographs, which is what I was hired to do, so I guess that's my excuse. But I'm back in the studio. I've had a chance to look at the images, and I've been playing them for you here, and I'll continue to do that as I go. But once again, I just want to kind of go through what I do as far as my little Fuji and Godox setup. Again, here's my X100V. Love this little camera. It is a fabulous camera for a lot of different things. Event photography being one of them. I really like shooting this at a wedding. I never liked putting the big V1 flash on it. It was just too overpowering for this small little camera, but the Godox Lux Senior kind of has changed that. Not the most attractive flash in the world, but as you see in these pictures, it does a pretty nice job. And if you combine it with the ambient light that's in the room, you really can come up with some good results. So I like this little flash. It is a crowd pleaser in the sense that people who are into photography tend to come up to me. In this case, it was the DJ. Must have said several times, "Hey, I really like that retro look. I really like that retro look." And he was also a photographer, so he was kind of fascinated by the whole setup. Couldn't believe that it was a modern flash and camera, which that's always kind of fun to kind of fool the masses. I don't know. That's just kind of a cool thing that I like. And again, the X-T4, which is the other camera I used a lot, is actually filming this video. But here's the setup that I do on that. It's just a Godox V1. I actually take this like this, turn the head sideways, and then I've got the little attachment with the white card up there. I find this works better than like the diffusion dome. For whatever reason, it's just a little softer. It's a little more precise. It's even. It's more even too. And I turn the head this way so that if I turn the camera vertically, I can just pop that up like that. I go back to horizontal and it turns like that. This really works pretty well. So it's kind of a simple wedding video today. I hope you enjoyed the photographs. If you are an event or wedding photographer at all, maybe a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of behind the scenes how I do things, maybe it can kind of help you. As far as the lighting, by the way, I wanted to mention that I probably have a light going off
in some form or fashion at a wedding, probably about 70-75% of the time. And I'll be honest with you, the other 25% of the time, I really kind of wish I'd had a light in there. So I'm working on coming up with better ways to always have a flash going off to light these scenes that I come across at a wedding. I don't always like the flash to be on my camera. That's the problem, because there are times when I wish it was off on a stand and off camera, and I'm working on coming up with a great way to do that and still be efficient to get around weddings. So I actually booked another wedding just yesterday. Called me out of the blue, booked a wedding for August. I find it a little odd that I'm starting to get wedding work because I'm not really promoting it. But as I dive back into the freelance world, it is becoming part of what I'm doing. So I'll embrace it. So if you have questions about wedding photography in general or about my specific setup, let me know in the comments. I love answering your questions, and your comments are always helpful for sure. Yeah, I guess that's about it for today. I am slowing down a little bit in the next couple of days, so I should be able to get back in the studio doing some videos, and I'm excited about it. I've got several in the works. I've just had so many freelance jobs, I've had a hard time getting these videos put out, but I don't know. That's a good problem to have, and I accept the challenge. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video.